Hi everyone, it's 7:33 on the clock. That's the Chariot and the 33 of the Christ vibration, the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. Let's go ahead first and take a couple deep breaths, and then we're going to get right into the reads. Another deep breath. One more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. Thank you all for being here with me. I so appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's roll the die first, see what's going on. Well, one just felt, I found it. For the Twin Flames, today is November 21st, 2021. For the Twin Flames, we have, let's shape that again. It doesn't want to go. It's landing right on the corner. All right, so we have a Scorpio there that was being very stubborn about coming up. Okay, and we have the number 10 over here, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which for me is Libra energy, and a turn for the better, but also balance and justice. And then we have Neptune over here, which is all about being dreamy and illusions. I don't know what Neptune's doing as far as aspecting right now. So Scorpio and Neptune's very Pisces and dreamy, and Libra having truth and balance and a turn for the better with a lot of water energy there. So let's see where that goes. The balance between Scorpio and Pisces, perhaps, because I ended up sitting them like that with the Scorpio in the middle, with the 10 in the middle. A turn for the better between Scorpio and Pisces, or Neptune. And we talk about Neptune too, is similar energy to the Poseidon with Pegasus, the father and son energy. So there could be father-son struggles right now that are being clarified or being brought up to the surface to be cleared. And yesterday we were talking about Sirius, and is it Spica or Spica? I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it's the brightest star of Virgo, the constellation, which also is where Arcturus is. But the point of Spica, or Spica, at the bottom of the diamond here, connects to the kite, which then the Big Dipper infiltrates in between the kite and the diamond to get to the entry wound type of energy. It was very interesting because Spica is also a binary planet like Sirius. So there was some kind of a connection there between the twin energies of the two stars and constellations. So, and of course this is Virgo, but the Sirius twins are in Canis Major, which is the greater dog, and then of course Sirius B is considered the white dog. So I just wanted to bring that up because that came up right after I posted the video yesterday. I'm going to show you I'm going to do the reads in the order I did them today. So the first thing I did was the union yesterday. The other three I did today, the two messages and then the read you see in front of you. So here is the union read. Give me one second. Okay. So this union read is 4D, 5D, and 6D today. Incoming divine feminine, outgoing divine masculine, the feminine on the left, masculine on the right, and the bridge between them in the center. And then the underlying energies here, and the closing energies here. This is the 8 of Wands, and this is the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm going to show you the read as we do them so that you can see them right before, and also that helps break up the video so you can see which reads you want to get to. So the 45D union read here was done at 10:10 to 10:11 last night, which the two 10s are two wheels, or the Wheel of Fortune times 2, and the 11 of Justice, Truth and Balance, which already both came up. And again, the Kachina the Kachina twins keep coming up for me. The blue and white Kachina dolls. The indigo and the crystal white with gold overlay becomes the gold and blue rays. And the Kachina are considered the spaceship pilots. And pilots came up too because coin is another way of writing Kohan, which is co-pilots. And also the white dwarf star, Sirius B, was considered a great red planet before it became the white dwarf. So there's your red, white, and blue right there, because we talked about the red Kachina as well. So this union read here started out with the Queen of Pentacles. The central energy was the Eight of Cups, and then the Eight of Wands at the end. The Queen of Wands with a stiff upper lip, and Batman walking away into energetic exchange. And that could be the arrows of love or a lot of back and forth. It could be communication or travel or any energy going back and forth in a flurry. The incoming divine feminine was the shadow, the higher self, and the Nine of Pentacles. The grid shadow reflecting the higher self and the sovereign human. The Queen of Pentacles codependent to their higher self and their independence. The 4D was the Ten of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Ten of Swords. The divine feminine in the Garden of Prayer, the divine masculine in Bubbles of Bliss, bridging by birthing through the Ring of Fire, which comes up for me as the Scorpio Sagittarius, or the Sagittarius to Capricorn gate of 12/22/2021. So the winter solstice, but also when the North Node changes into Taurus officially. And I always get the 3 gates, right? You talk about Lion's Gate on 8/8. For me, Ram's Gate is the 4/4. Oh, and there's the 11/11 or the 12/12. I get they're the 3 fire signs, right? Because the 8/8 is in Leo, and the 4/4 is in Aries, and then in Sagittarius would be the 12/12 gate. So 12/12 is coming up as the Archer's gate, but it's also considered the Golden gate, and that'll come up here as well, and why. So the Archer gate, as the arrow points at the target with tunnel vision of the tiger's eye on the prize, with double vision, with Ram's Gate, Lion's Gate, and then the Archer's Gate, the arch being the Rainbow Gate, or the Centaur, right, which is very Sagittarius gate. And that was bringing up the 6 penny, right, because we have cent and or. The cent brings up the 6 penny location of those crop circles that just came up, of the ET and the 7-pointed star. And or means gold or golden. So, and O also comes up as Mercury, which is the messenger, right? So the gate of the scent of golden girls, the scent of a woman. And then I was getting hoorah. So I was getting hoorah, Yuma. So that was coming up. So then Yuma was coming up because that's the name that Sam the Illusionist had given me as my soul name, so that was kind of crazy. But then I drew that drawing I used for Yuma, U-M-U, as the flow of the U into the N, as like a sine wave, and then the N into the U. It's like a reflection of each other, but they also, if you separate them, breaks up the exact same way as the mazes broke up on that 7-pointed star crop circle. So there was a connection there to the mazes, right, the sine wave. And then it was showing me to draw 2 sine waves overlapping. So not reflecting each other, but 2 sine waves side by side, like a chord would be, right? So they're not reflecting each other, but they're running in harmony with each other in one single sine wave. So one down and one up. So then Sir came up because of Sirius, and yesterday it was coming up for me anyway. Sirius is Sir I-S. So saying like Sir to God, yes sir, I, us. We are one, basically. The S and then the IR of R. Yes, I are. Sophia, I am, and I like green eggs, and no twin ham. Speak us it up. It's so funny the way it's coming through. It's actually speak us is spices it up. So again, the serious is sir plus I-U-S. I-us is like I-R. Sir or S for Sophia, and then I-R, I-U-S. Sophia I am, and I like green eggs, and twin ham. Spices it up, or speakas it up. The 5D here was the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. The Divine Feminine underground, out of the sun, hoorah. The Divine Masculine scouring the 7 seas, running out of lightning, bridging by walking away from aligned 8 cups where the land meets the sea. The skipper meets Gil again, and Flipper, the little dipper, Mary Ann. And the 6D came up as the 6 of Cups, indigo, and the 7 of Cups of the Divine Feminine in a loving, permanent hug as the Divine Masculine is taking steps to heaven, bridging with indigo diamond offer, where the diamond and the kite meets the Big Dipper in purification process of the Virgin meets greater dog or white dog in the greater dog at 11:11, as I started falling asleep. The anion, so as opposed to the cation, the purification process of Virgin meets white dog and greater dog, anion, in 2 twin stories about 2 sets of structures that went down and underground to memorialize who came before what, and where in the hell is the outfield if first space is second sun have only just begun to be carpenters. 2 through and through. Rahu, ma, you. The sine wave equals see new avenue, and breathe for 2. 42 is the 2 of Cups, me and you. In a wave of signs and sinks and spaces between the sword and the ink, the resonation of the cation of the vey, and seize the day. Doris, night, glad is joy, and happy is void, in 0 point to all that is. The season to be jolly, unsinkable Molly, by golly, and brown forest, watch out for Charlie, and green aid, not eggs, and Sam, I am, after all, I am that I am. And by the way, they also came out as their way out of the forest, the way out of the woods. I'm going to say that one more time. The Divine Feminine in a permanent loving hug, as the Divine Masculine is taking steps to heaven, bridging with indigo diamond offer, where we just talked about the diamond Virgo constellation, where the diamond and the kite meet the Big Dipper in purification process of Virgin meets white dog in greater dog, anion, in 2 twin stories about 2 sets of structures that went down and underground to memorialize who came before what, and where in the hell is outfield if first space is second sun have only just begun to be carpenters. 2 through and through. Rahu, ma, you. The sine wave, which equals see new avenue, and breathe for 2. 42. The page, or the 2 of Cups rather, me and you. In a wave of signs and sinks and spaces between the sword and the ink, the resonation of the cation of the vey, or the way out of the forest, and seize the day. Doris, night, glad is joy, and happy is void, in 0 point to all that is. The season to be jolly, unsinkable Molly, by golly, and Forest Brown, watch out for Charlie, with the green aid, not hams, and Sam, After all, I am that I am. So the outgoing divine masculine here, 1134, justice and the 8 of wands, that the arrows of love back and forth, the 6 of wands, the king of cups, and justice, with good news leading the way, a firm grip on the flamethrower, and the light bulb moments, with the king of cups reflecting eyes have it, and pools that are lost on blind justice, as an angel just got their wings, ding ding, in the circle of trust, a ring, looking to imprison your fingering in a moment of effin' weakness and strength all at the same time in energetic exchange at 1141, justice and the ace of cups, self-love, spiritual love, and new love. The divine feminine with the 10 of pentacles, family, business, or community, in the woods, stealing a secret hug. The divine masculine ending pain and separation, ascending the spiral stairway to 7th heaven. The bridge being birthing through a mighty roar and a rebel yell, leaving in order to be able to propose. The divine feminine with Capricorn and Pisces on their side, with the Queen of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, which can be a mother and daughter. The masculine had Libra and the King of Cups on their side, and between them, Leo, Sagittarius, and our Gemini or Virgo. The Shah higher 9, or the collective of crystals, or Christ-like, or purging, and 6 flags, master of cha-cha, or the dance, and divine justice. The overall number here was 76 trombones, and 1776 of the birth of the nation, which is also 8 of Pentacles, which is working to align. The horizontal pillars came out to 21, which is the world, 20, judgment, and 35 of the wounded warrior, the 9 of wands. The vertical pillars came out, and this was at 1221, 0, 0, so they represent source or space energy. The 9 of the hermit, 25 of the knight of wands, the 8 of the strength card or the dance, the 20 of judgment, the 6 of the lovers, 0, and then 8 again, and then 76. So the messages came up as complete judgment of the wounded warrior's work. And 009, the Knight of Wands, dances around a decision to find peace in their dance work. So the work that the shadow work and the dance work is the dance between the masculine and the feminine. And the 9 is the completion point, the ending, the hermit, the collective consciousness, the compassion, and the universal selflessness of giving to others at 1221. And then we were just talking about 1212 and 1221, right? So the change of season and the Sagittarius gate. So then we go into the Metatron read. So this is the Metatron read. And this is where I had a little spider friend come up to visit us in this read. And that card at the bottom is the leader card. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to turn the light on here. It's a bit dark. Okay. So the Metatron read was done at 1:46 to 47 today. And again, today is the 21st, which is the world. And the day adds up to 37, which is the King of Cups and unconditional love. Excuse me just one second. I'm going to unplug this so I can plug my phone in. Okay, so the underlying energy was the Kundalini of the 35. That's where we started. And the family, 49, the communication of the 5. The first card out was indigo. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't. Excuse me. The first card out was the inner child, which is 36 in the Atlas energy. And as it goes, activating the Kundalini to release the wounded warrior's fire and find happiness and self-satisfaction with the family circles and compassion, as it's Thanksgiving week. Free speech where land meets sea. Drink water to connect with your messages. Light and happy, be free. Polarities of the wounded warrior, the 9 of wands, and the 9 of cups, emotional sovereignty, and collapsing to the middle of them by speaking up and being heard, freedom, expansion, and change. The Atlas of 36 and the Ten of Wands, through it's like going into the inner child in order to release the wounded warrior and tune into the indigo child instead, to dream and imagine, get to the root issue. The entry wound I went to write, but worlds came up here, entry world. So which world, what's your entry world? Is it just, and is your entry wound actually from this world, or is it from another universe that imprisons you codependently with the Knight of Swords? Time out to reflect and not rush out with the truth. Go within for clarity on the shadow by conquering your fears one step at a time, healing so that your dreams come true at 2:01 to 2:02, as a spider appeared on the board at the end of the couch. Which I actually need to show you my spider friend. So as I'm doing this read, this guy comes to visit, okay? It's actually turned the other way, but you see him right above the card. So it was so funny because this spider, there's a board at the end here. So he's actually perpendicular to me. He's not like on the same surface as me. And he comes out, he's like scoping me out. He came onto the cards and I'm like, what are you doing here? You can't come towards me, because I might smush him if he runs behind me or something like that. So the spider stands there for a while. And I can feel his fear. It's such a weird thing to feel bugs, and like if there's a mouse or something around, I can feel them, especially like late at night when they're not expecting you to come in. I feel them get scared. So I felt him or her, I don't know what it is, but I felt the spider get scared. But he wasn't really afraid of me because he was still there. And then he comes toward me, and I put my pen in the crack of the couch so that he wouldn't come too far toward me, because then he would get lost behind me. I don't know if he would get hurt or not. And as soon as I put the pen there, he still didn't move, but then I put my finger near his foot, and then he took off like a dart. But I can't tell you how many times he came back and tried to do the same thing. So that comes up in the notes. I just wanted you to know what I was referencing. So there he is again. I mean, the spider came back at least 5 times. There he is on the edge of the couch. It was so funny. And then this is just a portion of a painting I have. But, my camera focused on just that, and I thought it was really cool. So I wanted to see what came up for you looking at that. So what does that make you feel, or what does it remind you of? So I just wanted to show you that. So back to the read, my spider. So we're going within for clarity on the shadow and conquering fear one step at a time, healing so that your dreams come true, as the spider appeared on the board at the end of my couch. So I took a few pictures of them. The spider is conquering fears around me, and I just took a few more steps and then stopped again to integrate. And then a few more steps the spider took at the edge, left, and went back down to the ground to get out of the rain. LOL. At 2:04, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor. So then the spider was now up on my cards on the underlying deck and came toward me quickly. So that's when I touched their foot and they ran away. So the spider darted off back the other way, and I felt their fear as soon as they got scared and went down to the ground again. So fear of spiders, anyone? Well, now's your chance. As above, so below. Self-love, new love, and fools rush in, like just jumping into the water when it's cold. You don't think, you just do it. The Knight of Swords cuts to the chase, or tempts their fate or faith, or is that impatience and just can't wait and allow, sitting on the steps in the shallow end of the pool, to acclimate, meld, and merge as to not shock the body with repercussions that come up later. There's no right or wrong, it's just your choice. The feminine versus masculine, sensual versus aggressive, letting go both ways of control as fall leaves and winter comes. Time for release, where seasons clash and the equinox and solstices here. Or the seasons clash at those points. At 2:14, so then Valentine's Day comes up. So go with the flow, two as one, paddle on to the dimensional gateway of the Christ Unity invitation, the Golden Gate portal. So here comes the gate again. So as the Sagittarius gate, like Lion's Gate and Ram's Gate, the Sagittarius gate would be 1212, which I always see as the centaur. So it can come up as the archer, but the archer is the centaur. And the centaur comes up as the cent, which is a coin, which is Kohan, or the co-pilots, having a face value of 1 cent in either of the above senses. So literally, a cent and senses are both the same word, right? Sense and sense. So the hundredth or small sum of, or semitone, or half step, century, centigrade, and of course the centipede comes up here as well in the cent, and the center of it all, the 100, which is double zeros of source backing up the one, or unity consciousness. The centaur is the golden gate on 1212, the co-pilots seen as semitones, or a lot of source energy backing up the unity, the one, of century, centigrade, and the center, and the centaur. And again, the centipede is described as 100 divisions between 2 fixed points. The golden co-pilots, or blessed, favored by God in unity consciousness, their face value in any of the above senses, above or below, a Christ invite to the 5th dimension jumping off point. The transition of 2 crystal pyramids coming together become a diamond, leading the way, flying free in transition as birds fly south or into the sun. The flower of life is creation, the earthly abundance and expansion of co-creating, the inner child evolution of love and innocence, in no sense or sense, so senses, sense, and then coin sense, where the Page of Cups or the hermit jogging, where the Page of Cups or the child floating in the womb becomes the hermit jogging on the beach, birthing the new, or then movement needed. Sensing is an action at 2, 3, 4, shut the door. 2 is the high priestess, 34 is that energetic exchange, again, are the arrows of love. From child to young adult, where the spider just came up on my board again, and now down on the same left side, back on the couch, trying again, on the edge looking at me. I told them if they crawl behind me, I may kill them accidentally. I put my finger out again on their little foot, and they ran away as quick as they came. At 2:37, the High Priestess and the King of Cups. Perhaps the spider is the young adult, taking risks from child to young adult to leadership role, and now is on my right sideboard. Then the 8 of being strong and dancing and answering the call to lead the way with flame in hand in the right and the keys in the left hand, taking the steps. There's no elevator here, there's no fast tracking, one step at a time, as I see an old man speed walking south on my street with a mask on passes by. Beacons shine on, grounding and integrating and mastering, or GIM, the gym, your shine with Archangel Sandalphon, who's here with you now to assist on the fool's journey, with harp, crest, and heart wings, the helper of everything. Retreat, rest, pause in the void, walk away and within with Mother Earth as ground support or ground control to Major Tom Tom. Now the moon has cooled off and there's a pause to receive the golden rainbow light, healing hand from Sandalphon above your head in reunion of coming together. Allow yourself to receive that healing, and that was at 2:44 to 2:45, which is the 2 of the High Priestess and the 44 again of the 4 of Cups, grounding, integrating, and mastering, and then the 45 of purging it out. So then at 2:46, the spider's at my left board side now, again, being so funny, trying all angles to get to me of approach without reproach. And this was all about Thanksgiving. And by the way, TG means shut up. So that's coming up. You might want someone to shut up, or they may want you to shut up. And that was funny because TG means shut up, but it also means trigonomic function tangent. And trigonomic was coming up as oh no metric, and trigonometric. So again, shut up. That could be somebody sarcastically saying, why don't you try this and just not be you anymore and just shut up. Try go no me trick, or oh no metric. Anyway, that was coming up with the trigonomic function tangent and shut up for Thanksgiving. So my spider was so funny. The wounded warrior as the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups, that sovereign emotional person, acclimating these two polarities as energies to meld prior to the event. So this is what my spider's doing, right? They kept coming back and back and back to acclimate our energies before being able to come in and settle down and actually be not scared of me anymore. The first column was the inner child to take a time out. As above, so below, reflecting the golden gate of two wings, two flames, two pillars, and Christ unity between them. The monkey in the middle, or the monk key, right? The Christ unity consciousness in the middle, as we join hands with what connects us, the 33 of unity. The second column was all about the well, at that time, when I went into the second column, the spider was back again northeast, going southwest on the board, and indigo clarity, up and in, wholeness and shadow release, to fly free in diamond light transition where the land meets the sea or the fall meets the winter, frozen in time. The third column was the key to freedom, the entry wound, and the time to recover with help, one step at a time to heal, and then floating and knowing in the creation an expansion that you are just by being the flower of life. So after that, I did a short meditation, and I really wasn't getting anything. My inner little girl was just like non-functional, like she was dead. She was, like a little kid would pretend like they're dead. So she just crawled in my lap, and she wanted to be held like she was in my womb, like a baby. She was just dead tired. And by the way, I slept 12 hours last night because I hadn't slept the night before. And boy, I never am able to sleep more than 7 or 8 hours, so that felt really, really good. And then 313 came up here, which is 31 and reflecting 13, the 31 of conflict expansion and transitioning through. So again, reflecting the last few days for me and my sleeping interrupted with the eclipse and the full moon, the Taurus and Beaver, and the dam block. So there's Taurus energy coming up as the block. And the eclipse, which is coming up as EC lips. So, and by the way, EC are my maiden name initials, so it's funny how that was coming up. And when I told you I was feeling my twin yesterday morning, I was feeling my lips as well. So at the next read was then the twin flame read, and that was at 339, which is the 3 of the Empress and 39 of the Knight of Cups. And let me show you the read before my battery and my phone dies. All right, so this is the read in front of you on the table. This again is a general read too. The union read is more about the physical union between the twins, and this is about all of the general energies of the twins. All right, there's the 7-deck read there. Okay. And so I cut and dealt this read at 258, which is the High Priestess, and the 58 of the Four of Swords. It's also for me the 5D connection between the twins. And at 323, Re came up. So Re can be a shaman energy, but it also has other meanings if you want to look it up, R-E-E. But Re, or I shaman, and the King of Wands shaman is in the middle of our read here. 323 is the King of Wands and the Empress. And Empress is also Gaia, right, the shaman, working with the earth. And then Chalices came up, which is all about heart and emotions at 324, the Empress and the Queen of Wands. And then ES came up again, so that can be Sophia as S, Sophia. And today it's coming up as Sandalphon, I was just reminded. So A is for Apple also came up here. Not sure why, but A is for Apple came up. So let me know if that rings true for any of you. I completed the clarifiers at 339, which is the Empress and the Knight of Cups. The major arcana here were the Strength card, Shadow, which is the Devil, and then Tower. Before the read, Luna or the moon came up, as well as ascension, which is the world, reflection, which is the hermit, and abundance, which is the empress. After the read, the star came up. There were 2 pentacles, 4 wands, 1 sword, 1 cup, so 24 of the Queen of Wands and 11 of Justice. The King of Wands was the only player within the read. Who's in the middle, he's reversed. And before the read, the Knight of Swords came up, and the Knight of Swords is upright. We had double 3s and double 5s, which is the Christ consciousness, and the 55 of Excalibur and the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? The 35 is the wounded warrior. And then we have the 23 of the King of Wands, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear, or pretending not to know, for your sanity, keep your thoughts in balance. And then the 8 of the dance, but also inner and outer strength, the manifestation of dreams. And we also have 68 here of the Page of Pentacles, and 12 of the Hanging Man. And then 8, 9, 10 begin again and again, just a reminder to keep coming back to your heart and to 0 point, to the present moment. So the code line here was all about new beginnings, patience, and synchronicity. And the way it was interpreted was really cool, because the N in new beginnings was separated from ooh beginnings, but it was coming up as ooh beginnings. And that's funny because the post-birth was coming up yesterday, which was ooey, so you can take it that way. But it was also coming up as, because capital N for me is symbolic for Christ, so it's coming up as the Christ Lamb, the U, the beginnings, and then patience, and then synchronicity. The S was separated from synchronicity, which the S is Sophia. So we have the Christos Sophia and patience between them, and this comes into the read as I go on. You'll hear it. So the code line was all about the number of 11, coming from 6 and 5, and 65 is the King of Pentacles, but 6 is the Lovers, 5 is the Hierophant, and 11 is Justice, Truth and Balance. And the first interpretation was the 6 of the Lovers, or the Sophia 9, or the Sophia Divine Feminine Collective Consciousness, balanced to the nth degree, with the total weight supported in conflict with He. A 60 degree or 60th or lover's break time out with the twin rod and support, or the masculine group of his hot pursuit, or the Christ ewe or you, in other words the Lamb, of new beginnings, patience, and Sophia wines chronic, and I thank you. So again, it's the triggers, and then no longer being upset that someone triggers you, but saying thank you, may I have another, right? Because you realize it's just showing you what's in your subconscious to allow it to come up to your consciousness in order to release it. The Christ ewe or you beginnings, or beg innings, or inn of water meadow, house, or Mercury the messenger, and ink, to wobble, to swing to and fro with patience, and the Sophia ink or whale or mussel or reindeer, along with edge, death knell, or the death call, which is like the wake-up call, and then food as well came up here with gratitude. Sophia's ink, and then the word chronica came up, which means to chronicle. So Sophia ink, chronicling without A or AI, and saying thank you. And the Malt or Philippine language also came up there. A plane went overhead as a Sophia collective expands and contracts, or reflecting to the nth degree, or time out for the Divine Feminine. The twin support of rod and staff unions, the Christ Lamb or you beginnings, with patience and Sophia, ink renicity, or death call, or wake-up call. And there was right around the time where I was writing this, there was a squirrel outside looking for seed, and I was actually feeling touched again there. Yeah, so definitely big time. The Christos Sophia coming up here, the junction between the masculine and the feminine. At 409, which is the Emperor and the 9 of the Hermit, the 6 of Pentacles was reversed in the underlying energies here. So this top card here, is the 6 of Pentacles with the minis on top. And beneath that top card from the bottom up was Luna, or the moon, Knight of Swords, Ascension reversed, and then reflection upright or the Hermit, and then abundance or the Empress upright. The full moon, lunar eclipse, and the Knight of Swords descends on the world upside down. The Divine Feminine in 5D are almost complete as the Hermit's reflecting and the Empress is opening to imbalances, inequity of not sharing equally, working to align with letting go of control of the Emperor reversed out of control or stepping down, not coming together or refusing to come to Thanksgiving with Fool who only wants to start a fight or be defensive, offensive, fear-provoking Emperor reversed, or the Emperor reversed and the Fool reversed, moving or visiting some place but the Emperor won't come if they are there, or gets there first so the other won't come in. Cancer and the games we play at Thanksgiving was funny. Cancer comes up here as well as Pisces reversed, Virgo upright, Taurus upright, and Aries reversed, perhaps even 2 Aries reversed there. The Empress is not sharing the Hermit's insights about working or aligning with the Emperor reversed. Social distancing or bad influences, drinkers, or third party embarrassing themselves in front of an unstable home, defensive stance, or considers this war. Rejected and burdened or atlas weight of the world of happy family are ending with the Divine Feminine in 5D, or a cycle just about over, receiving a big offer from the Knight of Swords while they awaken those who are stuck or blocked, broken, broke up, broke down, or broke in, out, or through, to connect innocently and lovingly with injustice of the Queen of Swords speaking their truth, or the Knight of Swords Capricorn or Pisces in their chart, or Cancer reversed with loving connection or memories with the Queen of Swords with Libra in their chart, perhaps not sharing, or between the Empress upright and the Emperor reversed, not sharing, and the Three of Pentacles workplace or place of co-creation. So we had all of these were reversed, but Pisces, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra all reversed. The Queen of Swords speaking up about imbalance and recovery without even an olive branch from their lover, or letting self back in and not waiting for another to let them back in. Playfulness comes up here, and beneath that it is safe to love. After dumping a big emotional load or breaking up, crying a lot, purging or sweating it out, and overwhelmed, sleeping really well, or resting and taking a break, meditating, praying, or laying something to rest, before the Knight of Swords is up and at 'em again, with more truth to bring to help others and let themselves back in, and recover from exile, injury, illness, or being lost. The Emperor reversed, after stunned at all the light the trophy wife is getting, lets go of control, present to romantic tie, the gift of the now moment, and their psychic abilities. The Queen of Swords is sad, reflecting her masculine counterpart, refusing to see them, and struggling through the nightmare of two recovering without each other instead of sharing. Cat got their tongue, or between right and left, with war widow alone, and the warrior having sex, recovering with someone else without a tiny violin. Someone sneaking out while they're busy in the basement and got locked out, or not being let back in at 442, the Emperor and the Two of Cups. The Emperor reversed and the Queen of Swords upright, romantic tie, whether it's sister or suffering in silence and recovering on their own. Spiritual career comes up, number 78, which is the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, but it's heaven on earth as well. And beneath that, the happy ending of 93, which is the reflection of the Knight of Cups. Stuck, broken, or without a car, the King of Cups reversed, coming together to implement a plan to shut up and purge or dump on the Knight of Swords reversed to regain their equilibrium. The Knight of Swords reversed is blowing a load to regain balance, or Ellie reaching out from the other side using acupuncture or little pinpricks to regain balance and share again. The two-man horse fell over and cried and ended up giving and receiving each other. Cancer reversed here, perhaps the King of Cups reversed, is coming together or partying with friends to dump on the Knight of Swords reversed, or threw up after too much drinking, perhaps on the Knight of Swords reversed, getting even, not balanced again. Sharing and then not sharing, balanced and then not balanced. The King of Swords speaking about recovery, out in the cold together and alone. Spiritual career comes up here with number 78, the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and or heaven on earth. The underlying energy here comes up as the Hierophant hanging out, dumping emotional attachments or multiple loads, no longer confused about the Queen of Swords reversed and bad memories or bad childhood and or the past returning, with sunshine exposure of losing patience or fallen angel, and the Hermit powerless to the Magician reverse manipulation of pacifying the beast with the Page of Swords upright, or a message of the Emperor reverse out of control, and the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community ending conflict, a battle, or group activities, because the Emperor could be abusing their power. The Page of Pentacles released from the workplace with no longer there's no love loss there. The Page of Pentacles released from the workplace, but there's no love loss, or it could have been a breakup, with the Queen of Cups upright, dead tired, or dumping multiple loads or emotional attachments, no longer confused and about ending pain and or betrayal, with secret passion and foolish behavior, or just lacking faith, defenseless to the energies and or attacks in a heated exchange, and delays and disconnect or at a distance, social distancing and or bad influences, third party and sister or suffering in silence, purging, not sleeping or stressed, etc. In the recent past is strength, as I noticed there was a sweet dog outside I didn't recognize howling like crazy. When I looked out the windows, they were howling at me from my next door neighbor's walkway. And yeah, there could be some little nuggets or rugrats, which can reference a lot of little kids around as well, and pets. 511 is the Hierophant and Justice, as the recent past is the Strength card, and birthing through the Ring of Fire and trust, receiving new passion, growth, and creativity from an unjust place of the Knight of Cups reversed, jealousy, insincerity, and the Empress upright, resisting sudden changes and not sharing, inequity or debt or scam, drawing in the Knight of Wands to save the day, or liar, cheat, or thief was caught and led back to the place they stole from, forcing them to return what they took, and the Empress resisting changes, the Knight of Wands having to monitor their every move so they don't cause debt or imbalance, the Empress acting all innocent and justified, or the Empress and the Knight of Wands are both busy dealing with the element around them, or a scam with the King of Cups reversed, walking away or taking a hike after sudden events, or to avoid explosions, to heal and forgive separation or hurtful words that were said. At 519, the Hierophant and the Sun. There's a breakthrough here with Leo upright, Libra reversed, Taurus upright, and Scorpio reversed, perhaps two Scorpios reversed here, or twin towers gone down. The foundation is the Three of Pentacles upright, giving or receiving a big offer. It looks like it's an offer from this business to the Page of Pentacles, who's upright, and the King of Wands, who's reversed, or the Page of Pentacles has to assess the offer before showing it to the King of Wands reversed. The Queen of Pentacles with a message to or from the Page of Swords, stepping up to the plate about the twin offer to the world, the twin's offer of the world back to her. So this is where masculine is coming back to the feminine, offering her the world. Or the King of Wands reversed is getting the Page of Pentacles their blessing before offering the world to their mother. Or the Page of Pentacles opportunity or invite was sent. The opportunity opened to the King of Wands reversed, and then he sent a message in taking advantage of that opportunity. Or the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords are both children who are up to something to bring two people together at work. The central energy is the King of Wands reversed with judgment not in their favor. The Magician reversed being manipulative or insecure without tools to manifest in a losing battle, with the Knight of Wands going back to rescue them every time they call. The challenge being the Five of Wands reversed, in a losing battle, ending conflict or a group that's disbanding, the defensive end and none reacting to them. Instead, they're blocking them and walking away without an excuse needed, that they're not worth their time to deal with assholes in their life who like to toy with others' emotions just for fun, not looking to make peace with them just to be right, and bully others. So this is someone, no longer trying to argue anything with someone who just wants to do it to trigger people. They're not doing it for any real reason, and realizing how to get rid of people who aren't serving your life. 534 is the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands, detoxing the Queen of Wands, saving or being more moderate or holding on, trying to be more grounded. And it's like someone trying to make up for their misbehavior, because the Queen of Wands, But it feels like it's a little too late, with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community blocking them. And this could be someone being blocked from coming to Thanksgiving. No ifs, ands, or buts. Or it's too late. It's coming up as she being the boy who cried wolf, or a little too late. Unable to heal the wedge between them from big lies, divide, or split in a marriage. Or with Hierophant, religion, establishment, or patriarchy, or Taurus, and the Knight of Cups reversed, who's jealous or insincere and failure of doing things under the radar, and yet very pleased with themselves at 538, which is the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. And then we go to 539, which adds the Knight of Cups again, destined to be present to lies and split, implementing a plan to align with the devil, or chaos, or doing shadow work. Taurus may be jealous of Libra with gifts, dividing things up with a plan to work with Capricorn reversed, or retire perhaps. And now the shadow reversed, or detoxing the chaos, being strong, taming the beast, the King of Pentacles reversed with Capricorn in their chart, or Leo lover, or being strong with Gemini or twin, or sovereign lover who's tired of sharing the King of Cups reversed with kids or in soulmate relationship, or with fond memories and doing shadow work, with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups both reversed here. Perhaps loved ones, like the Sovereign and Queen of Wands, pain in the butt, or ending pain or lower back pain issues, or betrayal under the radar, or painful failure and ending with synchronicities and choices, and satisfied performing for the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and healing the Knight of Cups reversed, fallen angel, destined to be released, with the Queen of Cups exposing foolish kids or foolish behavior, lacking faith at work with the King of Pentacles reversed, who's no hero, who may be chickening out about calling, or afraid to heed the calling, to be present in the now moment, or to swallow their pride and accept their gifts. Of injustice between Libra upright and one with Libra in their chart, and Sagittarius reversed and Leo upright, kids perhaps, and Aquarius reversed at work, the Page of Swords upright, leaning on the truth, and soon here is the Eight of Wands reversed, with delay after delay, not telling their true feelings, and heated debates and or exchanges, with Atlas blocking Five of Swords, fears, or the enemy, and the Ten of Cups happy family implementing a plan to break up two people, or at least keep them at a distance or apart. Destined to block the Hierophant, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed, between Libra and Taurus, refusing to move, and the King of Swords reversed blocking X's offer, or ultimatum, or both Libra and Taurus. King of Swords here reversed could have Capricorn in their chart as well. Or between Libra and Taurus, they're both stubborn, in a hung jury or standstill, or both with Taurus in their chart. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Tower reversed, suffering in silence or dealing with a sister, with Hermit shedding light or keeping them from sleeping with the light on, or night light. In need of peace or offering a little love, the Page of Wands reversed is frustrated or surrendering, or the Page of Wands reversed and the Wounded Warrior reversed are refusing to deal with each other. The Wounded Warrior reversed and the King of Swords reversed both are powerless or with dependence, Page of Wands reversed and Sovereign reversed, and up knights with counsel or support, perhaps a grandparent or a professional or a Virgo person. Scorpio reversed and Virgo upright here. After sudden events or changes, or in avoiding them, at 601, the Lovers and the Magician, love yourself first, and wedding, the situation involves marriage. Retreat and release your ex. Around the twins, or how they're seen, are twin flames. They're being seen as twin flames. The Queen of Swords speaks to awaken or exacerbate the ego, bringing the subconscious to the consciousness to release it, and handing your head or your crown to you on a silver platter if you are arrogant or depressed. There is no discrimination here. At 604, which again is that date of when Speak conjuncted with the moon, and it looked like there was two moons. That was 6/4/18. Or was that Sirius? Maybe that was the moon and Sirius coming together. I can't remember which was which, but... Or maybe 6/4/18 was the crop circles. Now I can't remember. But anyway, or there's a split here of one with Capricorn or Pisces in their chart and the other with Aquarius. or the Queen of Swords willing to go sword to sword with ego and arrogance, awakening in depression, needing to heal and dream and shine their light. The block here being the Five of Swords, stretching and growing, the war within when you resist. Resisting death, endings, transitions, and dark night, where the world is upside down, or the divine feminine in the 5D, and a big cycle that never quite ends or never is quite as done, breaking up or in lack of affection, with dark night needing to rise and divine feminine needing to right her world again, with synchronicities, patience, new beginning, and even more so, compassion. In a Tubal split or Hatari dock or safari trip canceled, the party's over. In a move, visit, homecoming, and or marriage that's ending, not coming together for Thanksgiving, or detoxing from all of those who don't serve your highest good, with new passion, flame ignited, to heal and dream, the Queen of Swords Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind. Third party leaning on the truth at the full moon eclipse over it, in a heated exchange between the Page of Cups and the High Priestess, both reversed, or rejected of secret passion with new information or clarity that knocks you off balance a little, needing to clear yours or their energy a bit in order to achieve peace of mind. Imbalance at the workplace after explosion or sudden event, epiphany or sexual exchange, or avoiding sudden changes, the twin flames and choice of path in making a breakthrough with the King of Wands reversed, challenged by a losing battle in a heated exchange or not telling your true feelings about the frog becoming the prince and the war within, and detoxing bad influences, social distancing and lack of joy, to ignite new passion, flame, in need of healing, the Queen of Swords, with Atlas workout, to leave behind the wounded warrior without mental clarity. Now sharing birth or a breakthrough, and then sharing, at work with the King of Wands reversed, challenged by the losing battle and detox after sudden events of heated exchange with the twin flame inner war of not coming together, and then ignited to get past arrogance and or depression, and the Queen of Swords upright with the weight of the world and letting go of the wounded warrior or victim mentality, just in need of a good clearing is all, or a shift at 6:20, which is the Lovers, and judgment or decision or that wake-up call. Okay, so there's just one message left. Message of the day. And that is this one. All right, so so this is the last message here. This is the Animal Spirit deck on top, and then the Lenormand Reverie, then the Gilded, and then the Kipper deck. Okay, so this is the last message. This was done tonight at 6:29, the message of the day. The underlying energy was the lizard, the fox, the magician reversed, and the message. The lizard watching as the fox leaves the hen house, insecure without tools, or manipulating seals to be broken, or sending a message through their actions. Mr. Ed, or the horse, surrounded by all of the newbies, or the vulnerable, the songbird, the worm, the hyena, and the otter, and on the other side, the fish, the moth, the starfish, and the golden egg, and the lizard. Or the first group actually belongs to the owl and not the horse. The fox is done with that crap of nesting the golden egg or babysitting for every Tom, Dick, and Harry the lizard finds on the street. After the King of Pentacles reversed truth came out in a losing battle, with or as the Knight of Pentacles reversed, or child, and the Page of Wands going crazy or coming out, or the Page of Wands is turning their back on the Hermit reversed and the Magician reversed, both avoiding or losing it after sudden events, epiphanies, or sexual exchanges, and the Page of Wands perhaps is a bit humored by them, or the old folk losing their minds. Someone being made example of by the community so it doesn't happen again in the future. A thief and the privileged lady, part of the Knight of Cups community, on a destined journey of change and hermiting, imprisoned at present, or to think about their gifts as a message to all, and to all a good night. So literally maybe someone's kid did something stupid and they got arrested, and always knew someone there would always get them off if they had a problem with their kids, and this time even their friend can't help them get off because the community's set on sending a message to the rest of the community, so that could be happening right here. The Chariot, the vehicle of infiltration, getting into the system to get to the entry wound. So remember this too. If someone ends up going to jail, it's because they're meant to change something from within the system. The cause of the problems or opening of the sealed records, adoption records or arrest records could be coming up too. Like somebody could be doing some research and trying to get a seal opened to find out what the real truth was. Maybe someone married someone that never actually told them who they were. They never knew about their past, that kind of stuff. The first section here is the gazelle, the black egg, and the rabbit. Gracefully sitting in the sun as the truth is activated as fear, or fear of speaking. The gazelle is destined to make cuts of bad influences in their life, or those with expectations of them. Or the gazelle is cutting out their social life. If they want to see them, they know where they are. The truth of the high priestess and their good luck and wishes, and the Queen of Swords with light in the house of judgment, or judgment of self by imprisoning themselves, or a work release program. The bunny is afraid of the snake and the poison apples, still recovering from romantic little girl, or after finally being let back in. And the second section is the wolf and the lamb, or the sheep, the wolf in sheep's clothing. The wolf is mesmerized by adventure for the Holy Grail, and walking away as the King of Cups' little boy with absolutely nothing except the clothes on their back. The lamb is a target with diamond light, a spiritual union of peace and maturity, of sovereignty, and inspired by unexpected income or incoming, merging together to find they were home all along. At 6:53, the lovers and the Knight of Swords. The third section was the bat, the cosmic egg, the snake, and the buffalo. The bat lost in space, looking for their cosmic egg, protected by Kundalini awakening from side and top, through all directions of time and space, with buffalo well grounded, but heavenly too, and the bat looking to see the big picture on public meeting or judgment, and the Knight of Wands reversed falling short as the main male. The cosmic egg as two as one, and the injustice of the wounded warrior's journey. The collective awakening at the journey of the moon cycles, and pinpointing accuracy to let go of wealthy man in transition. The Buffalo Knight of Wands and the circle of trust, with falling out, bad childhood, or difficult kids, and a message of concern about patience and balance and a higher love, where the bat and the buffalo are two sides of the same coin, just differing perspectives. The main male on the wounded warrior path, the wealthy man on the path of a higher love, or two versus the collective, family versus the world. The fourth section here is the frog, the mouse, the dragonfly, the camel, and the dragon. The frog longing to be prince, the mouse a lion, the dragonfly longing to be in relationship, and the camel to be happy alone, all with dragon's eye on them, their higher selves. The frog on the fool's journey of opening doors and lacking faith about Atlas and ships of distant horizons with no emotion or water to ground into or anchor. The mouse with lovers or family breakthrough as the Queen of Wands, lioness, is getting married with abundance. The dragonfly Page of Cups with multiple masks to find a way out to the Page of Wands of great fortune, their golden opportunity. And the camel is a child in transition and fallen angel to father or gramps, the worldly older mature man, and the dragon the King of Wands with pests or rugrats or petty thieves, but the Ten of Cups happy, emotionally fulfilled with their main female there. The truth, the crowning glory, and the confidence within oneself, making a fool of self in front of the Queen of Wands, and then finding an escape hatch away from the fallen angel and the sham of a family, as my local train was blowing their horn. Atlas, distant horizons of abundant marriage or great fortune, of the mature man and the main female. Foolish lovers, the Page of Cups and the King of Wands, trying to get to the Queen of Wands, while the Page of Wands is between the Empress and the Hierophant with the main female at 7:14. The Chariot and the higher love of the Temperance card. So that's your messages. It's 8:38. I'm going to pull just a quick few cards for you guys and then let you go. So yeah, let's pull from the energy deck, see what comes up. And I'm sweating all of a sudden. There's a lot of masculine energy coming up. As soon as I said that, I looked right at my crystal pyramid, which is masculine energy. So, and the crystal pyramids were coming up as the crystal children, like the indigos, and then the crystals, as part of the rod and staff unions. All right. So what is our takeaway from the read today? That one wants to come out. All right, we have contract and justice here, with 6 as the lovers. So it could be love, family, and community as well. So someone might not have been blinded to something in the contract. Like I said, someone might not have known when they married someone that they'd been committed or they'd been in jail before. They never were told. So which actually could void the marriage in the first place, I believe. And there could be some kind of legal fight about that for someone. And then we have the 12 of the temple path. And again, here's justice and staying on path with the 6 and the 12. Someone might be contracted to a religious institution, to a court, to be a wise perspective for the community. There may be some kind of community commitment here or contract. And this could be to a synagogue or something like that as well. Or the justice system. But this also can have to do with the contract, your soul contract for this path. And then we have the envy of the dark mother energy. There's a lot of judgment here, okay? So this could be somebody's contract in dealing with a mother who's like this, that was their path, to be able to see a new perspective on something. And then we have the woman holding a heart, which is the 44 of grounding, integrating, and mastering, of learning how to receive love, really, as opposed to just giving it all the time. And this could be a mother-daughter relationship here, right? Where this is a very controlling mother, right? And this one, the one who's always trying to please. And the bottom of the deck is the thinking man over here. So a very logical man, as opposed to a very heart-based female, which is very much the template of the masculine and the feminine, right? He's in his head and she's always in her heart. And it's that meeting in the middle here. And the third energy is coming up as that dark mother or the envy energy of others judging them. And then we have the door to spirit, right? It just takes a clearing or a shift, the 32 of the journey, and opening a door, opening a new door to clear the energies. This could be someone too, who's committed, their family is very religious, and, God forbid you should do something that's not according to their religion. And this could also be the need to clear the air between this woman and this dark mother energies. There might have been a contract, or if they're mother and daughter, that's their contract of being mother and daughter and learning in that relationship. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so whatever the contract is, whether it's an actual 3D contract or your soul contract, is with this dark mother type of energy. The feminine who's very heart-based, and the masculine who's very mind-based, intellectual type of energy. But also here could be going into his inner child with the 46, right? Learning how to be his true self again. Because he's motivated by this behind him, caring connections and a higher love, after opening his window over here and seeing the rainbow and the purification of the dove and that energetic exchange between two people. He's seeing a new perspective on his life after needing to make a choice of path. And then on the feminine side, she may be clearing some dark energies around her, whether this is a relative or a boss or just the community making judgments upon her, and just, again, opening her door to clear things away. So let's see what the journey of love says. energy of love. What is our takeaway from this read? The cards are being a little bit resistant here. What is our... Okay, here we go. The Woman of Light, 49, which is the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. And it's all about taking in that light, allowing yourself to receive that love light. And then there's the earthly energy of delights, seeing seeing orbs and things like that, your abilities as your eye opens up to more colors and more light, allowing your new gifts to come in, because we're coming into another junction again. And there's the effects of this full moon eclipse, and look how they match here, of distant shores, and the number 18 of the moon. And we have 13 of the transition here, of the death endings, and the Get Your Wish card over here. So I want to feel into this for a second there. The bottom of the deck is the Towering Magnificence of the 30, which is the union. It's like the coming together with all of the worlds. And there's the Hieros, the eruption of light, the 11 of justice, truth and balance. It's coming to the 0 point, and then boom, you know, you go, it's an explosion up and down and all around, all at the same time, in Towering Magnificence of the union. This is very purple and green here, and the pearl, which is coming up a lot for me as the moon this week. As the moon is cleared, it's like here it's showing you that the moon, right, with its rippling effects now becomes this light pearl as opposed to what it was before, right? The false light with the dark energies that were on the moons that have been cleared out. And here we have it, the pearl now being soft. It's like the egg in the ovary. And I was getting the oven as well, the bun in the oven. And I'm getting a connection of the pearl to these orbs over here, right? And then the purple is being connected to her receiving the light now. Now the light that she receives from the reflection at night is pure. It's been cleaned. And this is reflecting the womb and the ovary as well, as the womb of Mother Nature here, and the gifts received for both you and the earth here. So the clearing of the moon has been done here. There's definitely a message here of that. It's beautiful greens and purples. So I'm going to read you that. The Woman of Light, 49. And that one says, pure is my joy, my celebration. I know the divine to be eternal. There is no limit to my peace, to my pleasure, as I rise and rise and rise again. Capable am I of receiving the light, of accepting the next level of illumination. I am sacred flesh coming to light. I am the walking temple, the living goddess, she who shines with truth. I come to you now. I am one with you now. I am the awakened one and the awakener. This oracle brings you guidance that you are to be witness to the presence of an awakened being, either within your own self as part of your spiritual destiny or in the form of a beloved other. An awakened one is in your midst, or soon will be. Receive the blessings that emanate from such a being, for to behold one is a gracious spiritual gift that will lift you to the next step of your path. If you're having trouble discerning the true presence of an awakened teacher in your midst, or even in your own being, remember that nothing is asked from you by such awakened ones but loving devotion so that they may serve the awakening of all living beings. It requires much karmic grace to be granted immediate access to an awakened being, even more to become such a living light, so take delight. I ask God for a deepening of my love, without realizing that the deeper I was willing to go, the more it involved letting go of any part of myself that wanted to love and still be safe, in surrender to the possible, lay the greatest potential for love. At levels before unknown, like a cistern that holds the nectar of life and gives its precious liquid only to be filled again with nature's flow, such knowingness is a gift, for if you can embrace the blessing, you can live without question, relaxing and replenishing with each breath, with each kiss, always whole. Don't forget your water, your rest, your joy, and your nature. Be good to yourself, treat your body well, and follow your own guidance. Rise and be loved, guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.